the event, that's private. I can still say something about it, but
Yeah.
the event that we're talking about, I can still talk about that, but it's the 10th anniversary that we're having on Friday.
Hello,
Nice
everyone.
picture. All right.
It is.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Thommy Davis Show. Maybe I should post this on Facebook, huh? Letting everybody know that we're about to come on. I did set the alarm for 7:30, so yeah, and we're on. Oops, on. So this is just like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty casual.
Casual.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well, we're back.
We have you on the stage.
LinkedIn.
Oh, you're right in the West End. They said you've been there before.
All right, so we have,
Oh,
yeah. So I want you to follow them over there. Those people. Pan to the. Come on, out. All the way out.
Cool.
All the way out. I don't know. It's supposed to get you guys over there. No, he's not.
why is my walking?
Tommy, move. See if it'll switch over to you. Go like this. And then go like this.
I don't see me on there. How's it gonna do that?
Oh, it moved. It just moved.
It moved when you move. It's following you.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay. I might have to sit over here if it keeps following me. It's supposed to jump from me to you.
Can't you turn it off?
Yeah, but then it won't move every time somebody talks, and it won't give them their, won't give them their shine. But I'll turn it off. So I'm gonna start the show, and then, come on, like go over there, babe. That way.
Who's here?
Sean.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. We're about to go live, and we should have been live. All right. Okay, somebody's
It's me.
Okay, you, Tommy. Can you hear? It's
It was me. Is it my glasses? What is it?
Oh no. Oh, there's big speakers on.
Is it?
Yeah, I see the blue line. Yeah, that's what it is. They didn't turn the speaker off. All right, that's it. So.
No, it's not. Something else is doing it. This is real loud. That's why.
Oh, okay. Turn it down.
Yeah, that's what was feeding back in her mic.
All right, that's the usual. So mic on, lock and talk. Hello. It's not. Hello, and welcome to the Thommy Davis Show. And I don't see this moving.
You have such a nice voice, calming and peaceful.
Thank
She's trying to
you.
do more stuff.
I can't imagine her getting upset with anyone.
I go on my rants.
And the thing about you is you're ageless. I can't tell.
Hello. I'm in my 50s.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am. Why is this not coming on?
Past the 40s.
Yeah.
Because when she talk about being part of the scene, I'm like, but you're only 17. So how are you part of the scene? No, I'm serious.
So, all right, somebody talk, Because I don't see this.
Because your mic is not, our mics are hot.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
See, it's
All
your
right.
mic.
It's my mic. That's all.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm like, what in the world is going on? All right. So get rid of the background. That means he switched my mic because my mic was number
I hear you.
3, but now it's number 2. I mean, well, it was number 3. Now it's number 1. Hi, and welcome to the Thommy Davis Show, where I am your co-host, Tracy Stevens, and we are only on Power 410 every Monday from 7:30 to 9:30. Download the app, download the app, download the app. It sounds so much better in stereo. Play loud. What's going on today? How are
Now,
you?
you turned down the other one. That's what you did.
Oh, so which mic am I on now?
I told you to mark them.
No, that's the earphones. That's the earphones. I know which
I'm
earphones.
fine. You can turn
Okay.
it down a little bit.
So
I get excited.
wait a minute, hold up. But which mic is not loud? You know what? I'm just
Is it me?
No,
Testing.
you. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep all of them on because I don't know which one.
Okay, as long as you only that one.
Yeah.
You wanna test
I
it?
think that one's off. I
Mhm.
think. Let me see.
Yes, it's off.
Okay, I turned that off. So yes, welcome to Thommy Davis Show. How was your weekend?
Is that where we were starting at?
Yeah, I know your week, especially with the film festival. You had to be 2 places, maybe
Well, you know,
4
we
or
had
5
him on the
places
show.
at the same time.
We had Ken on the show, and
Yeah.
the opening thing was assembly. What?
I hear static.
I don't you wait a minute.
I don't know, everything off. So hey, it
Let me
is.
see.
Is
Yeah.
it my phone?
No.
It's one of these chords.
It's a cord. Well, this one is it's the mic. That's the earphones.
I know. I'm just trying to see where the static is coming from.
Well, y'all gonna have to see. This is my hip hop knowledge. There's a song from the Roots called "Distortion of the Static," and as they rap, you hear static in the background. So we hip hop today.
I know what you know what you can do?
House, hip-hop
It's a
jazz.
master. Right? Cut the master down and turn the mics up. All right, now turn the mics up. You know, that's where the short is. Wherever that what you just touched is, that right there.
Oh, that's the master.
Right. Don't go loud.
Yeah.
That's what's right.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to take these off so we can so we can be louder.
Be clear.
Yeah.
All right.
Because
okay.
Yeah, that makes a big difference.
yeah. So how was your weekend?
Well.
And then I'll tell you about mine. Go ahead.
No, yours is always long. Let's start out with you because it's always long.
No. That's wow. What can I say? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday I got no sleep at all. But I want to know about the film festival because I really wanted to see the opening film, but I wasn't able to go, so I'm kind of excited to hear about
missed
that.
it because it was all for Tracy.
Oh man.
This guy's art, his exhibitions, incredible. This guy does everything in it. Everything. He showed from 2017, not the whole thing, just pieces of his artwork.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it.
It was amazing.
It is multi-genre. I mean, he'll put in film and actors and a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, walls and walls of artwork that he'd do for a whole room.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was really good.
Oh man, I might have to reach out to him. So it's like, can you send me
Get
a
him on
link?
the show. He was
Like, can you send me a link of your stuff? I would like to have
We
him
gotta
on
get
the
him a
show.
motor house.
Yeah.
Get him to.
Yeah, like display that. He wasn't from Baltimore.
No,
right?
he's not. No.
Yeah, but hey, he might.
He is not even
he
from
might
New York.
take the trip.
He's somewhere south. But he went to New York to do assembly.
Oh, okay.
And it actually covers all of it. It goes back to sitting around the table with with the sponsors and stuff and proposing it. You get to see all that live.
Okay.
And it was a table full of white people. And he pitched it and everything. And this thing had to be like a $500,000.
Oh wow. Oh, I did send you something in a text message.
Really? You sent me $500,000?
No, I didn't send you.
And your cash app, $500,000.
But
my phone number is my cash app is $culture queen. You can. I don't even need a $500,000. I'll just take $20.
You know. But I sent you something about taking your script to the screen. There's a lot of money out there in Atlanta. Since number 47 is doing what he's doing in California.
Oh,
They're
we gotta
helping.
touch on that too. Remind me to go touch on that.
Okay.
Because we have some keywords we can't say anymore.
Yeah, that's why I said number 47.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know you can say that.
He who should not be named. He who should not be
let's just
named.
say Neanderthals.
What about hold up. Mango Masiano?
No, that's probably they cover a lot.
Citrus Hitler?
I've heard Orange Satan, but we won't go there.
Taco?
Definitely not Taco.
All right, so
well, what they're going to do? They have now got permission from ICE to monitor everything on social media.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
So that they're saying is for this word we can't say anymore, immigrations.
Yeah. I know we can't say anything about environmental health.
So we gotta do and don't say the word, so it'll be scenario health.
Yeah.
What?
Assimilations.
You have to do like the pig Latin and say it backwards.
Mm-hmm.
And we study becoming Russia. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
So besides the race and Black history and people of color, now they want to do social media because the social media just calls them straight out. You know.
Yeah.
My algorithms are not aimed at being a Democratic, but that's all I see is people talking about him and you know what I mean, him being booed in stadiums and restaurants, and it's like. But they're painting a different narrative when you see him talk about it. Oh, they all love me.
Yeah, because like John Mayer said, when they control the information, they can bend it all they want.
Exactly.
So that's the thing. And I do have something to say about that point which you just said, but go ahead. It's a lot that I did this weekend.
See, now she wants to do it.
Okay.
But no, I'm really interested in
the movie. All right.
Yeah.
This was the opening for the Baltimore International Black Film Festival.
Yeah.
And it was 4 days. And the opening features was assembly and a short, and closing was following her, which is following Adult Volunteer.
Yeah, I wanted to see that.
It was painful.
Why?
It was because he was talking to the people that's in the modern day uprising. He used to be in the 60s, on the front line.
Yeah.
And he was just mashing them like, what are y'all doing? You know what I mean? We fought for stuff, and y'all just sitting back and saying, well, okay. And he pointed it out, and they had, footage of Trayvon and a whole bunch of stuff. They really stepped on Trayvon, because he got a baby face, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And dear eyes.
He was a kid.
He was, right. So he was really just talking about the lackadaisical behavior of modern day African Americans. Like, they used to fight and sit in counters and
got to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Or return the punks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the complacency because they're like, okay, now we arrived.
Yeah.
When we really haven't.
Yeah.
We gotta. What my shirt say? I ain't gonna say it.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I missed that. It was really put together. I couldn't see all of it because I had to get to Deep Sugar.
Yeah, and Deep Sugar was fantastic.
Yeah, it was. It was the alternate taste party on the rooftop, the final rooftop for the year. And Randy Roberts and Richard Burton on my label, and I produced all the songs.
It totally sounds like they could take that R&B and house, like seriously R&R.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they can do it. And plus, they got the sound. But go ahead.
Anyway, I just made it. Luckily, the film had technical problems, and I ran. I said, I gotta go.
Yeah.
So the little bit I saw was just really emotionally charged. It's just to keep. All right, I guess for him, it was, I gotta cover these topics. He's never been afraid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, wow, we have to go through this again. Like you say, complacent. Like, I just forget about all the horrible tragedies that this country does.
Right.
And he just kept mashing it.
It's hard.
And he was just saying, we gotta do something.
Yep.
So and the short was really good. The short was really, really. So it had 75 films.
Yeah.
and I couldn't make it to all of them. You know, this weekend was
It was super packed. I actually bought tickets to Dave's thing over at Nancy's by Snack, but I wasn't able to go.
them tickets was
They were like, I got it for like $25, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, that was not bad, you
I
know.
don't care how good the Nancy snacks are. I have never been there.
Yeah,
You never. Oh, you gotta.
No,
Downtown Kevin Brown is the truth.
His food is so good.
But you know what's even better? The customer service and the
You gotta
way he
talk
makes
into
you.
the mic.
The customer service
Mhm.
and the way that he makes
Yeah.
you feel like he
I
knows
love Kevin.
you
Yeah.
know he knows everybody's name, and it doesn't matter if he just saw you 5 seconds ago. He's
Yeah.
so excited to see you, and I think
Wow.
that's what makes the food taste even better than just
Yeah.
what it is.
And his lamb chops. And I'm not a big fan of lamb chops, but his lamb chops are to die for.
Well, I wanted to go because I wanted to snatch some directors that were still here for this show,
Yeah,
and
I wasn't able to go. It just seems like time just went so fast. I was so busy today for some reason.
well, before that, I went to the Engineers Club.
Right. Oh yeah.
Right, so that was John, the guy that did it, is now one of the tour guides in the Engineer Club. So he invited his close friends to come and for a brunch and then tour the building. This building has so much history.
Yes.
And you know what's the juxtaposition of it all is that you're looking at white history, but you know who's in the background.
Exactly.
You know who is holding it together.
Yeah. Ask him about the architecture.
That's what they did.
Mm-hmm.
All that. So underneath of that, you know, just like anything in this country, you so George, you got to show 200 slaves that also was making George do whatever he had to do.
Exactly. It's
Right. So it was.
propaganda. Like
We are Americans.
Tapananda.
We earned
exactly.
this. We earned this. You know, and
Yeah.
we built this country.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
so I don't know how much erasure they try to do to build this country. You know, Tracy, we're going to snatch up the air, especially because you don't know what to say.
No, I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say milk chocolate, dark chocolate. You cannot, and you know, so you can't talk about chocolate. I'm gonna say white chocolate, the macadamia nuts. So.
Well, I'll say this, like.
Wait a minute. Let's introduce you. So
Oh yeah,
you
we
can be part of this
gotta.
company.
We have to introduce you. So, right about now, that's the drum roll.
Okay, I love it.
We are talking to Jess, who is going to talk about 10 years of
Pew, pew, pew.
the Motor House.
The
The infamous Motor House. But right now, we're just talking about current events and what we did on the weekend. I got a lot to cover, and yeah. But go ahead.
So also the movies was at the Pikes, owned by a black man. So
I have some ideas for that. It's a nice space.
it's a nice space.
It's a really nice
and a
space.
really nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot his name. But you know,
Y'all go to
the
go
theater
to
was
the
nice. It had the
Pikes.
big
I need to be
comfortable
writing these
chairs
things down.
to sit in and stuff, and you know, just to be in that kind of establishment. And so it was, and you could talk about the movie afterwards.
Yeah.
That was really great. You know, what I mean, to do that, and you know, comparatively, because there was another film festival going on at the same time.
Yeah, it was. Yep.
So it's not a white and black thing, but it's a film festival, and his was a Afro-American film festival.
Mhm.
So,
Right.
so expecting more, you know. So I pledged, like, you know what, dude, I'm gonna have it here because this, you know. So you know, that's how Towson got on it,
Mm-hmm.
and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's just use whatever power, because that's what we have to do now. We're gonna have to align ourselves with each other
Exactly.
to
We have
make
to
stuff
connect.
happen. Right.
This is a real kumbaya moment. We have to come together.
We do not to get two-way talk radios or something. So it's not on it.
Well, this is what I'm going to say about that.
Link.
talking to the mic.
I was saying that our ancestors are
Now, you know what? So you know what the gift you have to
give love. What else would you say to someone who, to other art, you know, talking to the artists of Motor House and all the other artists of Baltimore, if you had some wisdom that you would give about how to stay I don't know, like relevant as an artist, but also how to, because you know, sometimes people think that you age out of things, and I don't believe that you have.
No.
You have had sustainability. You said over 47 years.
Yeah.
What is the, if you, I know that you share, what would you say is the secret to your sauce of sustainability for 47 years in the arts in Baltimore and beyond?
Never do it for a job. Do it because I do it because I love it. You know what I mean? So I'm never going to work. I'm actually doing something that I love. You know what I mean? I almost have my doctorate. I could be doing a lot of stuff. I said, you know what? No, I want to do this. It's so rewarding. And then when I got this show and my church ministry and 3 international labels in England and a whole bunch of stuff, you know, writing books and all that kind of stuff, I said, you know what? This is really, I had no idea then why I just didn't finish the doctorate, you know, almost finished it. I said, you know what? I didn't want to be in an office. Telling people what to do. I said, no, I'm a ground. I want to be on the floor. I started doing community outreach, and I noticed that Baltimore has a lot of hurt people. And you know what? As soon as you just see them, they're not invisible. They open up. They's like, you talking to me? Like, yeah, I'm talking to you. Like, you know, they are so used to being ignored. From the homeless people to the people with mental health issues, you know what I mean, to the drug addicts, you know what I mean. All these people just feel like I'm a reject, and I expect you to treat me like you're better than me. And you can't walk downtown without talking to them.
You're supposed to treat everybody with the same respect that you want, regardless of where they're standing, because they were once in your shoes. They just went on hard. You know, it could be both ways. Everybody falls on hard times, regardless of how you fall on hard times. And if you treat everybody with respect, you know, they might not be able to pay you, but you will get paid. You know, from your spiritual person, whoever you, you know, whoever you worship, you will get paid 100 times fold just because you treated that person with kindness. You never know who's ready to jump off the bridge.
Hey, I've done it, and you know what? And it's contagious. So early collector minds, I just started doing it. I just started saying, you know, people were saying, but you got gold records and platinum records. I'm scared to talk to you. And I said, no, I'm just a normal guy that just followed my dream, not different. I noticed that people changed, and they started coming in with this attitude. As soon as they leave all that baggage and come into the festival, like, you know what? And I almost hugged $5 people. You know, like, you know, it scared me during COVID, but I still did.
Even the stinky ones.
Tracy, she just can't help it. She just can't help it.
He said he hugs everybody.
Period. She knows it.
Period.
And it started to catch on. And they in turn start hugging each other. You know what I mean? So one of the biggest compliments people say about Collective Minds is that it's the happiest event you ever want to go to. It's like a big reunion, and everybody leaves all the drama, all the clique stuff, all the, you know, male versus female, all that stuff. They don't come in there with the motive. They come in there with the motive. It's like, I'm here to have a good time.
Yeah, that's how I want. As we're planning for the 10th anniversary, one of the things in our team meeting today, and I want to shout out the Motor House staff and contractors because they're working really hard to plan for this 10th anniversary. And one of the things we were talking about is, you know, what we want the event to be and what we don't want it to be. And one of the things that we came up with was that we want the event to be joy for everybody, but especially because the team that actually works is actually the one who's working the event. And I said, but it's our birthday too. It's, you know, you're the ones who make Motor House, making the events great, giving people great customer service, making sure that we're flexible for any of the artistic needs that are there. And so I said, make sure you find a way. Let's build it in there to stop and pause so that you can be part of the party. Yes, we have to work the event and make sure that but we want to make sure that everyone can celebrate. But
you know, I got a secret. Tell them to talk to everyone like you already know. People respond. You know what I mean? And you know how Baltimore don't look at you when they're walking towards you? You know, people I
can say as a person who moved here, and even though, like I said, Prince George's County is not that far away, it is still different. So coming here, being here for 4 years, becoming a homeowner here, I still feel like I live here and it's still new in a good way because there's always something else to discover.
Yes.
But yes, I will say that it's different, but I still try to. Like you said, we all people, so I don't mind.
Well, they react. So when you ask the question, is what could I tell them? The artist is like, you know what? Stop worrying about somebody stealing something from you. You know what I mean? If you have a gift, nobody can take the gift. They might can steal artwork. They might can do this. They might can put you in a dark corner somewhere. But if your purpose nobody can stop your purpose.
No.
Nobody.
Because you're the only one. But yeah, like with you, Tommy, you well, not to put anybody on Front Street.
But y'all know it then.
But you started, you started the mask thing. And then next thing you know it,
people were doing the mask.
Started, and it doesn't have anybody, it doesn't have anything with people saying, you say, oh, that person's fighting on me. That just shows
you have influence.
How big, like how large your population is and how it continues to grow. And this was not just house music people, it was people from all genres of music, And
the second thing I could say is get people around you that are like-minded or that support you. Like Tracy jumped on, like I said, I never paid her anything. She just said, and so therefore, when she wanted to do something, I pushed her. It's like, you know what, Tracy, let's do this. She's like, but like Tracy, no, we're gonna do it.
I'll tell them all the time. I don't feel like it.
Kindred spirits kind of do that. You know what I mean? Like push you. Get past your fears. Get past the stuff and say, hey, listen, I believe in you. And she said, but so and so they don't like me. I said, who cares about them? That's their job, not to like you.
So the first thing you said was give.
Yes.
Just give. Give. Number 2, treat people and talk to people like you've known them always.
Always.
Okay. Third thing, your crew. Make sure your tribe or people that support you and you support them.
And do that. Just be about what you give me. What are you doing? Show up. Like you had the weekend she had and the weekend I had. I wasn't working in none of them, but I still showed up. Just like, because that's how we become a village. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what? We need to support each other.
You know what? I think that's a really important thing that you just said. When you first spoke about the events, I automatically assumed that you were running from event to event because you were working events. And in my mind, I was thinking, how did he set up both events and have them already? I know he does it. I was thinking that just because I know that you're really busy with your work. Not until now. Now I'm realizing, and you were there being a supporter. That is so important.
It's important because you might not know this, but at first people was reluctant to house. It was something that they was calling everything derogatory they could think of.
Why? What? Give me the history. Why were they?
Is a radio city.
Okay.
And the radio wouldn't support it at all.
Yep.
Because it's not by a corporation or a big company.
It's organic.
And it's not something they could actually program. It's constantly evolving. It's constantly doing this. So we just kept going. Just said, you know what? No, this is our choice of music. And because you're not playing it, it's only making it even better. So
because it makes it rare.
Exactly.
And the rare is what people. That's what I think is going to happen to Purple History. Because it's going to be so secret that it's going to be like that forbidden fruit that you want to touch, and that's even better. But go ahead.
But you know what? About the Purple History, they don't realize that if you stop us, you stopping yourself, because we are you. You know what I mean? We made you everything you are. You know what I mean? You copy our music, rock, gospel. Everything, you know what I mean? You copy our styles, clothes, dress. Guess what? If you stop us, you're stopping yourself.
Yeah, because they stay borrowing without permission.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say this. Okay, so wait. So Baltimore was a radio city.
Yes.
And so you're saying that house
and
music.
I worked in record stores. So I could take this new thing and promote it under the DJs. So I knew all the DJs and they would come to the store and say, hey, let's get this, get that. And they had to come to me because all the record stores sold what the radio played.
Right.
I didn't. I said, you know what, I'm gonna sell everything else. So that's why people kind of know me, because you know I did that for years and years and years, and then I put the first record out that somebody ever did. Right, and they just said, wait a minute, we can do that, and so they just led other people to do more enterprising things. Than you know, by example, they said, you know what, we can do this too.
Yeah, you have to lead by example.
Right, and they said, wow, you did that? I was like, yeah, I did it. Well, nobody told me I couldn't. So and so that built this thing called house. So over the years and years, with the luck of from Ultimate Take, Crystal Waters, and Maxwell, a whole bunch of stuff that I was that God favored. You know what I mean? And he just took this international around the world, which all of a sudden radio realized that they was doing disservice. Because you know, I mean, just like the early jazz and stuff like this, that we couldn't make it to certain areas. This sound, regardless of how they did not want to play it, became Baltimore's signature around the world.
And to this day, Baltimore is house music is the fastest growing genre right now. Like, it keeps climbing up, like,
except for here. It's still hip hop
throughout the world.
But you know what? I just realized something. House in the Park, and is it called House in the Park in Atlanta?
Yeah.
I went to that. So technically, that was all day.
Yeah, that was the same day as Collective Minds.
Yeah.
So okay, coming to Collective Minds next time. But I went. So I'm saying, like, you know, just looking at how the different cities are celebrating it. When I was there, I was not aware that it started.
Yeah, well,
it didn't start here.
Chicago,
because
the Chills and Few was what, 25, 26 years.
Yeah, that's they're a little bit in front of us, right?
Yeah, and then we're 22.
Right, and they're more like 27. They are like 5 years.
They're almost on 30 years. I know.
Yeah. So this sound was simultaneously happening in all urban areas. What's funny is that in history, whenever things get difficult and the economy and all these things change. For the purple people, is the way we survive. The music becomes something we grab onto. We use it as an expression of freedom. We use it as an expression of being resilient, to survive, for identity, for those kind of things. So in every city, this is going on at the same time. And now you have festivals in every urban city because of that. You know, because it's not just because everybody like a house. No, they was looking for something to get the escape oppression, to escape, you know, you being every day, everywhere you go, people see you as purple first. They don't see you as a person. They see you as purple.
So what you're saying is we need to come out with a house song that says, pause access.
What? Call what?
Pause access.
What is that?
Federal access. We need to pause.
She wants this is what she wants, and I actually agree with her.
What is she saying? I'm lost.
No, I want her because she's speaking in code. She's wading in the water. This is what she's saying. This is what she's saying.
But we're gonna get that.
Wait,
we're gonna get that across.
Listen, this is what I was thinking when we were first joking about this. Even though we know we're serious, I was thinking, like, I was going to ask you, what do you think is going to be the new house music of in the year, 2070, or even in 5 years? Like, what would be the next music? But I'm gonna ask you that. But the thing that she's saying that I agree on is that, I'm gonna just say this. My friend, we were listening to the club version of Jesus Will Work It Out, and they had never heard the original. They aren't really a gospel. They're not a gospel music person. They're a hip hop person.
Gotcha.
So when I was playing it, and they loved it so much. They were singing it. They knew that they were just so feeling it. And I said, it's a gospel song, right? And then I let them hear it yesterday, and they were like, oh my God, it was an entry point.
Yes.
It was an entry point to something else. And I think that's that entry point with freedom music. Okay, so we talked about the Negro spirituals. We're bringing it back. We talked about the church hymns and things like that, of how we got over. I think that with the impact and the influence, there is an opportunity to find a way to work the weight in the waters and a subliminal messaging in there to help people to be able to understand how they can be in this time, how to inspire them.
Is
Just
that what
like
she was
you had the
saying?
Civil
Hold
War.
on, wait a minute, I'm missing something here.
I'm-
Why she's blushing? I've
No,
never
no,
seen her blush.
I'm going to write it down.
It's something you
Mark
can
this day when the when the album drops, that's like freedom songs or civil rights songs, and it's all house music.
But that's all house is.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, we
So
still have
that's
some
what it
raunchy
is.
stuff, but you know that plays in and plays out. But the bulk of the people like uplifting, motivation.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And of course, your love song.
But I'm talking about code of
It's not code. I mean, one of the biggest records on my album was For Every Mountain.
Yes. Yes.
It's an entree.
That's what she was saying.
Behind my glasses.
See, she was saying we were on the same page. If you're listening here,
oh my God,
he's just getting it. He's just getting it. He's just getting it. What we're
back
saying.
on that.
And she's back again.
Yeah,
I think she should run for office.
I do so.
Because
she's resilient and consistent and persistent.
Yeah, I just can't take her everywhere.
So
because if you gotta remember, if you're that way, she doesn't believe in infrastructure. So I'm trying to be We Are the World, and she's trying to be Malcolm X.
But you need all of them. But here's the thing: you need all of them. You cannot have just one.
Yeah, Martin needed Malcolm. Malcolm needed Martin.
By all means necessary. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
You
be like BDP.
Yeah.
Well,
I love that for everyone. So these are things I've heard before that I might not have been aware. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the first time I heard For Every Mountain, of course, was from being a praise dancer in church and dancing. So that when I heard it in the clubs, I couldn't believe they were playing it because I just would not even imagine that when I was at a club, I would hear this song that we use for ministry. It's ministry either way. And I love it both ways. You need both versions, just like you need Martin and Malcolm. Yep. You got the Martin version, you got the Malcolm version. You need both.
I'm the militant.
He's militant too.
Public enemy.
He's militant. Martin is militant. Listen to some of his other. He's militant.
He was.
And read his wife's book, Coretta Scott King's book. You will see that she was doing some of the stuff before even she influenced him to do some of the things. Yeah, I just finished reading her book.
Especially towards the end, right before they
sent him to heaven sooner than expected.
Yeah, that's when he started getting more radical.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm prepared. I'm prepared to be killed for this. You know, that's why I did the show. It's like, you know what? I don't have any limitations. I'm kind of joking on it, but I watched them talk about it.
Get it.
And they're going to do it. They're going to do it. They're going to shut loud voices down. They're going to shut it down.
They can't shut your music down.
And one thing I listened to Harry Belafonte in this movie is like, somebody's got to do it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Somebody does.
Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's on the front line. Yeah. You know what I mean? Benjamin Banneker, whatever you want to say. Somebody's on that front line.
But we have allies. You know, we have to realize that we have allies.
We need to lay our bodies down.
Yeah.
Because as long as that fear, then they can't kill all of us.
Yeah, you know, I ain't got a fear. I ain't got no fear at all.
I know.
Give me some major stuff.
And it sounds morbid. It really does.
Yeah,
but if we keep being pacifists, they just want to.
Yeah, that's true.
And this is our country. This is not their country. This is our country.
Yeah, the Native American.
Red, white, and blue. We're more patriotic than they are.
How is it Native Americans aren't native to America?
Don't do it. She's gone. She's gone.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
No. It's just like we could do a whole show on that topic.
Yeah. Exactly. So I'm like, wait a minute.
So let's bring it back around.
We good. You know, Dr. K.
Right. Well,
we good. We got 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
swing it right around. Now I get to ask other questions.
Okay.
Went to college.
I went to Virginia Commonwealth University. Got my degree in theater education. I was a drama teacher, and as I said, I'm musical theater. Oh my gosh, I love a great musical, and I just saw a really awesome one play on, which was the music of Duke Ellington mixed with Shakespeare in Twelfth Night. It was great. But anyway, musical theater used to direct all these really, really big musicals: Into the Woods, Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella, Aladdin, SpongeBob the musical, and then doing an set designer, and then I'm here currently in Baltimore at Morgan State University, the national treasure, getting my master's in global communications and journalism.
You better work.
That's good.
I started off in the Earl Grey School of Business.
Yeah.
For MBA, and realized that that was a lot of math.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, that's a lot of math.
A lot of math at the same time. But you know what? I was so proud to be a part of that because that's where I went to the National Black MBA Conference and want to talk about powerhouses all over the world, Black people who are in business. It was just so powerful.
Your story is amazing. So somebody out there listening to you right now, did you always know where you were going, or did you just take it in steps?
I'm gonna tell you what I always wanted to be.
Somebody's a freshman, and they're trying to figure out how you did you know?
Well, the first thing is I always wanted to be a teacher. 3 things I always wanted to be. I always wanted to be a teacher, and I used to have an imaginary class when I was a kid. You know, I always wanted to be in business. My first business was a babysitters club. I was pimping out the other girls in my neighborhood as babysitters. I was like, y'all are gonna be babysitters too. So I had leadership, education, leadership. I always wanted to be a performer. I was always performing on the steps of our chimney, doing plays and shows for whoever would watch. And I actually called Barney and Friends. We used to watch it. They had a number, said, if you want to be on the show. I called. Nobody called back. I'm still waiting on my call from Barney, who I found out was Black. Barney was, oh my God, he was Barney and Hip Hop Harry, Black man. I can't think of his name right now, but he was totally killing it in the game as we call it puppeteer, but that's a huge.
And it was purple.
Purple, bringing it back. Bring it. Okay, so then I know I must have been a teacher, educator, artist, performing artist, and I would say in business owner. Those are the things I always know. And a mother. And while
You're a mother too?
I am a mother. I'm an auntie to many children all over the world. I have a pen pal club, and I write to children all over the world.
What?
Back. So anyway, those are the things I knew I want to be. Here's what I would say. I believe that you can be anything you want to be. You may not be able to be it all at the same time. I feel like I have retired from many careers, and then I go and start something new into the next career, and then you take what you learn from one, and it all is transferable skills. So you can totally, I don't think that your resume can be all over the place, and that's okay, but it's the transferable skills that you have and the life lessons that you need to be able to parlay. If I didn't have a babysitters club, I wouldn't know how to advocate and promote businesses. If I didn't have, when I was a kid, if I wasn't an educator, I wouldn't know how to be able to speak and create and plan programs. I always knew I wanted to be an event planner. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know all the words of what those things were. But then I saw other people, and I think this is something I always say. I really think Quincy Jones said this, and I think that it's really important in his book 12. I think it's called 12 Notes of Creativity. You should always look to who inspires you and look at their path. And the one thing I really, really hope that people do is read the autobiographies and memoirs of the people that you admire. So when I was a kid, I was reading Alvin Ailey's autobiography, reading even Eleanor Roosevelt's autobiography, reading, Quincy Jones, Diane Carroll, who else? Even Whitney Houston and LaToya Jackson. I read them all. Bobby.
LaToya Jackson might have been very interesting.
And then you have to read them. For Baltimore, Reginald Lewis's autobiography, or memoir, and Earl Grey's, and then most recently, Eartha Kitt and Josephine Baker. These are the ones. Yes, these are the ones that you read. Why? Because here's the thing: with Black people, purple people, it makes that the representation is not always going to be in the classroom textbook. But our oral tradition, our stories, and how we got over and how we navigated. I'm gonna tell you, the best contract I've ever read in my whole entire life was reading Grace Jones' contract. The last 30 pages of her book is her contract, her rider, to show you how you navigate and advocate for yourself.
Wow. So
that's what I'm saying. I recommend people reading, and that's how I learned, I can be this too. All of them, the thing that they have in common is that they had many, many different lifetimes, and they did many different things.
To
They didn't limit
become who they
themselves.
are. Right.
Recreating
Yes.
yourself. You have to
Innovation.
create yourself.
Evolution.
No, I did that too. You know what I did? I watched Prince and Rick James and Michael Jackson and
Mm-hmm.
some other people, and I said, you know what? I can learn from their mistakes. I can.
Yeah.
You only get that if you read.
Yes,
stuff.
learning
You
from
get
the
that stuff.
mistakes.
And then they say things. It's like, you know what? I gotta remember that. How do I stop from being in a bathtub in an old motel?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What were the signs that they saw? You know what I mean? Coming. You know,
How do you make sure you don't sign a bad contract?
All that.
Exactly.
You know, it's a psychology behind it. You know what I mean? You gotta remember,
goodness.
I'm on the stage and I'm looking at thousands of people and they all say, we love you, we love you. Then over they all go home. I'm standing there like, what?
Yeah.
What? So I realized that was a problem. That's what Whitney and all of those things happened. You know, and it's like, you know what? So I went to therapy. So listen, I don't know how to cut it off when all of a sudden they embracing me and then they just say good night and leave.
That's
and I'm
the hard
standing
part,
there with,
shutting it down.
I'm standing there with Joe Jackson and my and I'm trying to figure out how do I de-escalate, how do I come out of this and go to a normal life when they just have me on their shoulders.
Yeah.
You know, went to therapy too. And the thing that I worked on is because we're artists, we do seek the validation of other people who tell, oh, your work is beautiful. Or that was a great play that you wrote, especially, you know, things with us because we're really like audience based and we're unlike maybe a painter, our work is performance art. And so, you know, people respond to it, right?
Yes.
And you're a part of the art too. So you're performing it, so you're part of it. So I can understand. And when I was learning, one of the things I learned about was how do you not be so moved whether people like it or not. And so what I heard someone say was don't let your highs be too high and don't let your lows be too low.
Yeah, you have to stay humble.
Partner said that. And then my therapist was kind of saying to me, you need to get into the court. I'm kind of really keep saying what Lauryn Hill said, how you gonna win when you ain't right within.
Right.
But whatever your within is, making sure that those core things, do you know who you are? If you need your art to help, it is helpful, but really identifying who you are. You're gonna keep learning who you are. But taking the time to learn yourself, figuring out what your strengths and weaknesses are, and strengthening your strengths and really identifying your weaknesses so you can come up with a plan for how to improve those. And putting supports.
You know what I've learned when I was in my 30s. Yeah, I'm out in my 30s.
Yeah, I don't understand. I thought you were 16.
I told myself for some reason, because it just popped in my head, I could care less because I know who I am. So regardless of what anybody says, regardless of what anybody does, regardless of what someone's, perception is of me, I could care less. I know who I am. And the people that are close to me know who I am too. And I think everybody needs therapy. Everybody.
Yeah, it's not a punitive thing. Here's the thing. If you needed to work out, you would go to the gym. If you were hungry, you would get something to eat. If your hair was messed up, you go get it fixed. Exactly. If you're gardening, you would get it tended. It's gardening for your mind.
And that's another thing that a lot of people don't realize when they go look in therapy. You already know the answer. It's just you need somebody to pull it out of you.
To give you the confidence to trust yourself.
Exactly.
And that is what I feel I have, and through all of this art experience, life experience, and I would say leadership experience, it's helped me through some hard knocks, I'll say. It has helped me to learn to trust my intuition.
Exactly.
And to know that like my intuition, it doesn't mean that I'm always right, but I'm here doing whatever it is that you're doing, you're in it because there's some reason that you have you know what you're doing. Even when you don't know what you're doing, it's the next step. And if you make a mistake, you can get to the next step. So I think this year, I turned 41 this year, and I feel like people kept telling me, like, when you turn 40, you're going to have this magical light bulb.
Nope.
I would say this summer, all of a sudden, the light bulb was like, after just all the things, it was like, oh, I know who I am. I know whose I am. I know what my strengths and weaknesses are, and I have a plan to work on both, and I have a support system. When I went back to grad school, because I told you I was a business school dropout. When I went back, they said, okay, when you get back into this program, what supports do you have to make sure that you can graduate this time? And for the first time in a while, I thought I was able to say, I have a strong support system. I have a strong support system. I've always had a support system, but I have it airtight on all areas, anywhere I go. And that is part of it. I think my dad always says, who's on your board of directors? You know, in the nonprofit world, who are your board of directors? If everybody on your team is like the same as you, you're not going to grow. You need some people who are going to hold you accountable. Some people are going to tell you about yourself. Some people who do better than you, so that you can learn. And people who you don't need anything from, and they don't need anything from you. You just really love them and care about them.
Yep. Wow. You gotta have that order. You gotta have that inner circle, just like the inner circle that you have. You know, all of us have different personalities, but all of us bring something different to the table.
Yep.
And that's what you need. You need people that are going to lift you up, and people that you're going to lift up. And also,
and one more thing,
to hold you accountable.
You need to be able to walk away from somebody that's not doing that.
Walk away. Keep on walking. I ain't talking to you anymore.
Exactly. You gotta get comfortable with doing the uncomfortable thing and leaving that person where they are.
And not a whole bunch of explaining and closure. None of that. Just
they don't even have to know.
Listen, people outgrow you, and you outgrow people,
and that's okay. That's the first thing you learn. It's you outgrow, and you have to know when to go and grow. You have to know.
Yeah.
Look, you going to the left, I'm going to the right. When I see you, I see you. Love you to death. I'm going to be in the background. Hey, yeah, you did that. But I'll be all the way in the back.
It was hard for me. I had a pastor, you know, I always talked to other spiritual people, and they said, listen, you like a rocket ship. So you know what? These people help you break the atmosphere and you get up here. But after a while, you have to drop that load to go any further. They can't go with you. He said, so I was beating myself up. It's like, but I got to bring them with me. He said, no, they did their job. Their job was to get you there. And then now you...
Everybody has a reason in the season.
So, you know, and the other thing is that I noticed that the more light you are, the more you attract the dark.
Yeah,
you know, exactly. So you have to be kind of
have some silent time. You got to be okay with silence, because you know we're out with you talked about the de-escalation. I've noticed that, like, I'm out. My job requires me to talk to a lot of people, and you taking on a lot of that, and then I'm still. You have to have some time where you can just be quiet and be by yourself. Do the by yourself things.
That brain fart time.
So tell me, how does it be a mother and be this amazing person that, you know, I want to transcribe the show, because you said a whole lot of stuff. I'm just going to put it out in the book illegally, just so it's going to be called Purple Magic.
Purple Magic.
How do you do it? How do you juggle all that?
Well, I am a mother of cats. I have 2 purple cats.
Do you?
Nubia and Onyx. The children that I'm a volunteer baby cuddler at Mount Washington Pediatrics. So you know, when babies come out, sometimes when they're born, they're not all perfect. You know, there are sicknesses that they have. Sometimes it may be like a drug type thing, you know, and then sometimes it's just, you know, they come out with different illnesses. And they're so fragile, you know, they're in incubators, and you have families that this is their first child or their second child, and it's traumatizing to have an experience where you don't know what's wrong with your baby, and you know that every day that because they're so young, life is truly precious. And so what happens is, after you have the baby, you know, mothers may have maternity leave, but it only lasts a couple of months. And then they have to go back to work. So what happens is you have a baby who's in the hospital for like a year. And the nurses are there, but I'm gonna tell you, it's busy on that floor with 30 crying babies. So they're doing the medical things that they need to do, giving the care, but a baby's there in a crib 24 hours, 7 days a week, indefinitely, depending on what their illness is. Touch is part of healing, and very important in the early stages of development, especially if you have something going on that is you know, health wise, right? So the Mount Washington Pediatric Hospital, really shout out to them. They have a program called the Baby Cuddler Program. This is something that I always knew I wanted to do too, just didn't know how. And so from my, you know, babysitting experiences, I hold babies And it's a special program. It requires a lot of training,
Mhm.
a lot of, you have to go through a lot of certifications to be, but you learn how to hold baby. I mean, you have to have the love in your heart. That's the
Yeah.
first
Very
thing.
good.
And the love, but then you literally, I sit and I hold babies for hours, like,
Because they can hear your heartbeat, all
Yes.
the
Yeah.
things for
Mhm.
months or weeks,
Singing
they
to
had all
them,
that, and then all of
play,
a sudden
yeah.
it's gone.
And there are older kids at the hospital too, and then the older they are, you can engage with them in that way too. I've done the same thing at Kennedy Krieger Institute, but my volunteer here is I don't have children, like biological children,
Okay,
but to me, I think that it gives me my baby fix. I am also able to get the babies back at the end, but and no stretch marks. But I'm gonna tell you this: meeting the families, connecting with them,
Yeah.
but in a time where it's very fragile and
Yes,
sensitive to
very
them,
Yeah.
it is. When you talk about ministry, I thought I was coming to hold babies, but we didn't realize we were holding up families, and they're holding. And I'm gonna tell you this:
That part.
it's important to me too, because when I'm having a bad day or something like that, I have to check my thoughts and spirit at the door, because we are coming into a very sacred space.
Yeah.
And there's many
Your
doors.
energy will pass on.
And it's many doors because of the security. So literally you're going through these doors and it's like, okay, take off all of that and then let's focus in on these babies and what they need right now. And honestly, for me, with all this going on, that's one of the places that I've been able to find a lot of love and peace, because I'm able to just focus. Yeah. Donate to Mount Washington Pediatric Hospital. They're doing the work of the Lord.
Say it one more time.
Mount Washington Pediatric Hospital in Baltimore. In Baltimore, they're doing the work of the Lord, and that's one of the things. So you said, how do I juggle it? I do not think that juggling is something that you can do, because a ball is always going to be dropped sometimes.
Yes.
What I try to do is I do use my iPhone to make notes, to brain dump all the things that I need to make sure I do. I have accountability partners who tell me about myself and remind me. I do schedule, but the most important thing I do actually is, I would say, taking time to, before I talk to everybody else, I talk to God.
Yeah.
I talk to my mom and my dad, Carrington and Jackie Smith, who are listening always. My first fans who've been at every show that I've ever had for 41 years, no matter where it's been. And I talk to my cats and I talk to myself, because there's like a pumping up that you need to do. And I listen to my music. And yes, there's gospel music, there's Stevie Wonder, there's all kinds of stuff that I listen to pump me up. I got a whole playlist. Those are the things I do. And then the other thing is, when I mess up, because we all have times when we don't do our best, then I kind of journal. I definitely journal about my feelings. And I have friends I have really, really awesome friends and a partner I can talk to help me.
Therapist?
Yeah, forever.
Forever,
ever.
I have.
I would recommend him to you. I just say he's amazing. He's amazing, and there are other ones. Definitely get you a culturally relevant therapist.
Exactly.
And understand, your therapist is not because you're crazy. It's not to fix something.
No,
it's actually, they're more like a guide. If you're not willing to open up to work on some stuff, a therapist's not gonna work. You're just gonna sit there and expect them to sprinkle dust on you. You have to participate. You have to peel back the layers. You have to fit this. There's no magic process.
You have to be willing. You have to be.
And when you someone like you and like Tracy and like me, I keep the therapist. Like, no, I'm gonna make an appointment, even if it's nothing to real, no big crisis or nothing. But you'd be surprised when you're talking to someone that you don't have to hide anything, and you can open up, and your own voice resonates, and then you walk out there saying, "Did I just say that?" And you think about it till the next time you see him.
They reflect you as they get to know you. I found him reflect. Like, I remember one time, my life was completely different a year ago. And so I wrote down he said, well, what do you want to be changed? And he wrote down all those things. And slowly but surely over the year, we worked on those things. He gave me, like you said, he encouraged me, gave me the courage to cut away the things that need to be cut away and to add the things that need to be added away. I still had to do the work, but it was really great to have an accountability partner to say, do you remember you said that's not what you want? If you're going in that direction, you're going to get more of what you don't want, not more of what you do.
That part.
Yep.
And it's the best thing. And guess what? You might not find the perfect therapist at first.
Keep on trying. You date a whole bunch of men
Yeah.
and women.
Oh.
How many boyfriends have I had? How many jobs have I had? You know what I'm saying? Keep trying, you know? So
Exactly.
One
You
will find
how many
it out.
apartments have I had?
Right.
For some people, how many wigs have they had? You know,
Right,
for
right.
me, how many cars have you had? I think sometimes people try harder to get, how many dealerships will you go to get the right car?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with the therapist, it's the same thing. It is a little frustrating when you can't find someone that you can click with, but when
Right.
you find them, you'll know. And I think that goes that way with everything.
Listen, it's just like dating. You gotta kiss a whole bunch of frogs before you find your princess or your prince.
If you find it. I had to work out that. I had to work out that part too.
I believe in
when
it.
you got a high power life like we
You
don't have the
really-
time. You have to sacrifice for a relationship. You just really have to. And right now, my focus is on me doing all of this stuff. And the person starts saying, "This is not gonna work."
Yep. Yep.
You just too busy. You just.
I think it's about finding alignment and someone who understands, who understands what you're doing. You have to find alignment, and that takes time. But I'm gonna tell you what I did. Just a little hack.
Okay.
Number one,
All right.
all of my passwords or whatever it is that I am manifesting.
Yeah.
So that every time I type in my password, I'm typing it in. A. B. My phone ringers, I turned all of them to manifestation songs. So that every time somebody texts me or ring me, it's saying some affirmation I got off of iTunes or something like, something like that. Or different songs that are
Oh, I can't do it. I have to record you.
No, I will let you hear it so you can hear it.
Yeah.
And then thirdly,
the mic,
right. And then I hope it works. Look, this is time. And then thirdly, I wrote down a list to God one day on my phone.
Uh-huh.
I wrote it down and I said, hey, I'm going to ask for some things that I know that if I only tell you, I would only know that you gave those things to me that I needed. I'm talking about my deep desires. Because see, this is the thing. I think sometimes people are afraid to ask for what they really want. They settle. We settle. So I'm saying ask the deep stuff that you really want. And last year or 2 years ago, I'll say 2 years ago, I wrote that list and I asked God and I said, I'm not just going to ask for the thing that I want. I'm going to say some phrases that I know that I will, if I hear it, or the actions, more so actions, if I see these things moving, I will know it is God speaking to me. And I'm going to tell you something. And I also vision board. I'm going to focus on this list because this was the conversation that I had with God and whoever you believe in. Yeah. But mine is Purple Jesus.
Exactly.
I would say that, yes. And that list, I wrote it down, and I was in a really, really sad place where I just really felt like I could not get the things that I felt like I should have. I didn't know how to ask for it, or I was asking for it and it wasn't happening.
All of us get there.
And when I remember, I didn't tell nobody what was on that list. I wasn't talking to all my friends about it. This was just my prayer, I'll say, my plea, I'll say, because it was serious. And when stuff started happening, it was because I was doing the work. Because once you get it, you have to know how to keep it.
Yeah,
okay.
And that's the thing. And that's what I'm not to cut you off,
Don't
but
cut
that's
me off.
what a lot of people forget. Everybody will say, "Oh, pray, it works. Pray, it works." No, y'all pray. Y'all forget about the work. Y'all have to work at it. Yeah. And you keep saying prayer works. If you keep praying and you don't do anything, what you expect to happen?
If he said, because remember we talked about in the beginning, being comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell you something. Everything I asked for required me to stop something that I was comfortable with about myself. Things.
You got to come back, Chad.
Exactly.
Really.
Because everybody's like talking about the other people. But I'm talking about all the uncomfortable things, all the ugly things that I had to stop doing, or the things that I just like to do because it's comfortable for me, and I had to stop. And when I stopped doing those things, or at least started working on it.
Tell us one. It don't have to be that person.
No, I will.
And then Tracy, I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
And then
I'm trying to figure out how can I want to be honest.
We could be
sometimes. No. I would say, not taking things so personal, not personalizing everything. Also, really learning how to be accountable and to really, really apologize. And I'm gonna say this: do what you say you're gonna do when you say you're gonna do it. Is something that I really learned, because that's how you build trust with people.
Yeah.
That's
And
true.
and
with
then
yourself.
and you know you're busy, so you're like, oh, I'm gonna get to it. Oops, I forgot. And you're like, no, people were waiting for you. You know, so that's something. And then I would say, like in the love life, I would say, be the supporter and listen. Be the supporter that you need, and that, like, really, like you talked about, the give, the love, all the love that you want is the same thing that you have to give.
Yeah. Tracy.
All right, for me.
Tracy, and not a full service, because you know she's an avid church, but she sends me the sermon every Sunday.
Yeah.
I also had to clean up my room and my car because it was really messy. I had to do a full declutter. You want to talk about the messiness? I had to clean up my car, and I had to clean up because it was just the level of clutter. The clutter.
I had that problem.
Yeah, clutter.
Right. So this is what I usually tell people in my personal life. No, listen, this is what I tell people in my personal life, and I also approach it this way in my business.
Okay.
I want to be equal. So if you treat me this way, that means you equally want me to treat you that way. That's personal and that's business. So if I'm telling people that I want them to treat me a certain way, I have to treat me that same way.
You have to treat you.
Yeah, so people can see who I am. And my thing also is, you need to get to know me, because what you see right here isn't what I really am. So if I want you to see me, I have to see you. And also, I look at the Bible as, a lot of people are like, oh, it's spiritual, it's this, it's spiritual, that. No, for me, the Bible is a personal guide. It's a playbook. You, whatever you read, because everybody is in the Bible some kind of way. The whole 150 books, you're in the Bible somewhere. You just have to figure out which one you are, and then look at their mistakes and try not to make them. I always make sure I have a mentor, and I mentor someone.
Okay, now let me go back to the question. What did you personally ask for?
So that's the thing.
And you watch it happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All of that.
Specific.
All of that. So when I started putting that in my life and actually living like that, that's when.
You're still not answering the question.
Yeah, started living like that.
But that's what she's saying.
Oh, she's saying that's it.
What she's saying is these are things she wasn't changing. These are the things she wasn't doing consistently.
So you pulled it all together. You made it still okay.
Right. So I started seeing things change because I started doing one practice after one practice, one practice. And the thing that actually woke me up, I think I told you this before, when I was a teaching artist. I think I was teaching 4th grade, and I was sitting down with the kids, and you know, I used to do like STEM and STEAM. I used to teach them angles and all that other type stuff. And I was asking, so what is it that you want to do? Because in the elementary school, you know who you are and what you want to do. And then after that, that's when everything, you know, life happens and then things change. But this one little girl, she told me, I want to be this. What is it you want to do? And I was like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to do that. She was like, so what have you done? And I was like, yeah, I said I wanted to be an artist. So I became an artist. I said I wanted to own my own business. So now I own my own business. I wanted to study I wanted to go to Paris and, you know, study art. And I did that. And she was like, what else? And I'm like, that's it. And she was like, well, it seems to me that you need to dream bigger.
And the children shall lead them.
And I was like, and then I sat there and I was like, you know what, you're right.
She slapped you.
She told me the truth.
She snatched all your edges.
And that day I was like, you know what? I'm going to treat people the way that I want to be treated, regardless of who you are and what you do. I just wrote down a whole list because she put me in my place.
Yeah, she did.
So I wrote down everything, and as I did it, I started checking things off. I knew I needed a mentor because apparently I didn't see what they saw in me.
Yeah.
And that's why I mentor people.
That's powerful.
Yeah, that's why I mentor people.
Children
because
don't hold back.
Right.
No filter.
So when I see stuff in people, and I know they got it in them, the only thing that they are missing is that self-confidence. I mentor them, but I don't stay with them. I try to stay in contact with them, but once I got you as far as I can get you, you know, I know how to get out. But with my mentor, she has started her own makeup line back in the 70s when there was no makeup
for purple people.
Yeah, for purple people. She was she was the top of, I think it was Delta Airlines or something like that. She ended up going to BMA and started the children's program there, and she took it to Morgan. She went to work for the city at School 33, and then she ended up starting her own business. So where I wanted to go, she already went. And then when it was to the point where she was like, well, I can't help you with that, but I can send you to another person. That's what happened. So always keep a mentor in my life.
Yeah. Wait a minute. What time is it?
It is. We got 6 minutes.
Because you was going to keep going.
Oh, no.
I was sitting at her feet. I was listening.
She got. Tracy, a lot of people don't know.
Tracy's a powerhouse.
I've done a lot. Like,
she wants to fight all the time, but it's for a good reason because she's got a lot of things that she's passionate about.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this.
Wait a minute.
And I'm gonna stop it there. When I was in elementary school, I was really, really small, and I hated when people bullied people. So I ended up being the person who bullied the person that bullied the person. So I knew back then
you were an activist.
Yeah, I had to advocate for people.
Yeah.
So that's where the bully thing come from. But I'm not a bully.
Yes, you are.
I just look and see who gets bullied, and then I stand up for them because I know that they're not strong enough to stand up for themselves.
You do that.
And then I ended up.
Who was that?
I don't know. I don't know. I know Lance is at home. He said he had to go to sleep unless he woke up. But I knew.
It's probably Sean. Probably
Sean or Rip. So believe it or not, because I was like, God, whatever you want, I'll do it. Just show me the way. And that's how I ended up being an advocate now. Even though I was an advocate back when I was in elementary school. I used to beat people up back then too.
Well, real quick before we have to leave, I think that's
we got 4 minutes. That was our cue though.
I remember being a sick child, and I was looking out the window, and I just couldn't do anything. I couldn't, I was covered with sores and everything. I was like, you know what? I just want to one day go out and reach other people that's got to be like me, And I didn't believe that was ever going to happen, So now you hear when my empathy for the homeless and mental health and all those things is that, like Tracy said, it's that part of me that says, you know what, I've made a promise that I was going to always go out and, for lack of a better word, the underdog, someone that people gave up on, because the world seemed like they gave up on me. And I said, you know what, I'm never going to do that. So I asked God, I said, you know what, I want to be powerful, but I don't want to be powerful for arrogance. I want to be so I could do more. The more you give me, the more I could go out there and do it.
Cup runneth over.
And then all of a sudden, it's one thing after another, one thing after another, one thing after another. And all the thing I do is make sure I never take credit at all. I always give it all to Him. It's like, because to me, none of this, I have an incredible testimony. So, so I have to do that and hope and share that with other people, because to me, if it works for me, why wouldn't I want to share something that's working for me with someone that I care about or don't even know? You know? Because a lot of people are lost right now. So, and I watch it happen. So I want your final words. Here, leave some nuggets for what's coming up. Again, name the event, and what days it's going on.
Yeah. Who you are, where the event is happening, what time, and where can they sign up?
All right. Jessica Smith, Managing Director of Motor House in Baltimore and Station North. Our 10th anniversary is coming up on October 10th. And it is Friday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. with the after party happening from 9 to 1. It's the hottest party of the year, sponsored by so many people from Boy Crew Wines, Baltimore Beat, Heirloom Food Group, WEAA, and we can't wait to have everybody there to party and celebrate 10 years of Arts in Overdrive. A huge party with dance, music, theater, free food, and you. Most importantly,
my cocktails and everything. Oh,
yes, mocktails and cocktails. And the most important thing is it's a homecoming. Come back to Baltimore's living room. Come back. Come back to Baltimore's living room and get ready to be amazed at the cultural hub of Baltimore, Motor House. Come on back and have a good old time at the party.
Can they donate if they can't show up?
Yes, you can always donate on the website motorhousebaltimore.com. And the RSVP, it's a free event, so you can RSVP. We already got about 120 people who have already RSVP'd, and we are waiting for you. Don't be tardy for the party. Don't meet me there, beat me there.
And there's a lot of parking. There's a lot of parking.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So bring your booty.
And dress to express. People say what to wear, dress to express. Yeah, motorhousebaltimore.com, 10/10, October 10th, 6 p.m. Art in Overdrive, our 10th anniversary celebration. Be there, and I cannot wait for you to see all the new things.
What's the dress again?
It was 120. So just like she said, it was 120 people that signed up. It's 120 West North Avenue. So if you're in Baltimore and you're familiar with Howard Street and North Avenue, we're there. And also, if you're familiar with the graffiti alley,
then you're there.
You're there.
And it's on a main if you don't have a car.
It's
on bus routes.
Bus
easy
routes.
Light rail.
You can do the light rail and get your step in. You can actually if you're coming from Penn Station, you don't have to catch the bus. You can just walk to the Motor House.
Just tell them to take you to Graffiti Alley and they'll know what a Motor House is. And you will know it because you will hear the music, because we are having music all night.
So
and it's handicap accessible.
Can they get information at that event for what you talked about, the Motor House? They might come in and say, you said something about space and all that stuff. Is that going to be available?
Our whole team will be there to talk to you. You can rent Motor House. You can have a party there. You can have a show there. You can have an art gallery there. You can have an art residency there. We're going to announce the new season when we get there. And we're going to have the premiere of our new documentary that celebrates 10 years of Motor House. All of that is happening there. It's just jam-packed.
Okay, and they can go on the website and see all of this listed.
Yes, motorhousebaltimore.com.
And I have to Dr. K you guys. But anybody has any last
No.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta Dr. K you guys. So thank you for listening to the Thommy Davis Show with your co-host Tracy Stevens, where we're only on Power 410, where the music must be played loud. Have a great night. See you next Monday from 7:30 to 9:30, sometimes a little over. And we just went a little over this time. So again, download the app, because guess what? We sound so much better in stereo. Have a great day, everyone. Turn this down. All right, mics off, music up.
You want me to end the stream?
You want her to end YouTube?
All right.
You want her to end YouTube?
Oh yes, please.
That was amazing. Oh
my
God.
Is it ending?